In my last video that I made, I talked about things that recruiters do not want to see on your CV. And in this video, I'm going to go through things that recruiters definitely want to see on your CV. And if you include these things in your CV, you will increase your chances of getting that job. Let's get right into it. So the first thing that recruiters want to see on your CV is overall career progression. Now what this means is, does your CV and your career history tell a story about who you are and how you have progressed over the years? So obviously this would begin with your university qualifications to your first entry-level jobs and as you've increased that way. And is it cohesive? Does it tell one story about who you are and how your career has progressed? Or have you just been doing odd jobs that are unrelated to each other? Depending on the industry and the type of job, odd jobs and having freelance and a lot of experience can be a good thing, but in most cases they want to see one specific industry that you've been slowly climbing and progressing in. So when you look at your CV, don't just look at the different sections and optimize them accordingly. Also look to see if your entire CV tells a story about who you are, where you come from, and how your career has progressed. If you have different experiences in different industries and they're not really related to each other, don't just put everything in your CV for the sake of doing that, okay? You need to look at what post you're applying for and tailor the story according to that. I'll give you an example. If on one hand you've had a lot of marketing jobs and on the other hand you've had a lot of engineering jobs, okay, and you're applying for an engineering post, do not put all the marketing experience that you have, although you have it and it is valid, don't put it there because it's not aligned to the engineering job that you are applying for. So only put experience related to the current job that you are applying for, and that is how you'll make sure that you have a cohesive story in your CV. The next thing you must look out for on your CV is, do you have keywords that are relevant to the position and the industry that you are applying for? Now, because recruiters only have a limited amount of time to go through your CV, they're just going to scan through to see if they can pick up certain keywords that were mentioned in the post that they have to see if they match up with your profile. So what you need to make sure is you look at the job and you look at the main points from the CV. For instance, if digital marketing specialist is the position and there's various duties and roles and responsibilities and very important keywords that are listed in the post, you want to make sure that those same keywords are very prominent on your CV so that when someone goes through it quickly, they're able to say, oh, this is the perfect person. The next thing your CV needs to do to stand out to a recruiter is to be specific. You need to have action verbs, numbers, hard facts about what you did. Don't put a vague and fluffy words of, oh, I'm a hard worker. Let me tell you, everybody is a hard worker on their CV and in a job interview. So don't include fluffy things like that that don't add value. Show how you added value in your previous positions by having action verbs of things that you did and results and numbers to put into context the work that you have previously done. Now, if you have an achievement section on your CV, please make sure to quantify the numbers or quantify the result of what you achieved. So for instance, you'll say increased sales for the year by 30% for the year 2017, for example. Don't just say I increased sales or I improved this. Quantify the results. Put the percentage, put the number, put the cash that you saved the business, put actual hard numbers on your CV. This is going to make a huge difference. The next thing that recruiters want to see is demonstrated reliability. Okay, they want to see that you have had steady workflow and a stable work record over the years. Now, I am not perfect at this. I do not have that. I do have certain periods of time where I was doing something different. So in that case, don't leave it blank, okay? Put there what you were doing at those times and try to find a way to make it relate to the position that you are currently applying for. Find a way to link the periods of time where you were not perhaps working to highlight what you were doing that was contributing to your overall career. I've heard from a lot of recruiters that a big requirement from clients is a stable work record over the years, okay? People don't want job hoppers because it looks like you are not reliable and they don't know if you will be staying in that position. If there is a reason why you are not able to maintain a stable work record, find a way to craft a story on your CV and perhaps write a cover letter to explain why you would still be a very good hire and a good fit for the role despite the gaps and the inconsistencies in your CV. You just have to work a little bit extra hard to make sure you stand out. Don't just assume that they'll understand, or don't just assume that they will understand your story. You need to make it very clear and you need to work that extra little bit harder to convince them that you are still a good fit for the role. So don't be discouraged by this one. I just want you to be informed that this is something that they do look for. So find a way to craft a story and to explain and to just put it all together so that they are on the same page as you and they don't just throw your CV away because they're like, oh, this person is it's a job hopper, we can't trust them. You really don't want that to happen. If you want a specific video on, what to do if you've been job hopping or you have an inconsistent CV, let me know in the comments and I will make a video on how I've overcome that challenge and some things that you could do that could help you with tying together a nice story. If you haven't watched my video on what recruiters don't want to see on your CV, make sure you watch that next. If you enjoyed this video and you'd like more videos on career advice that could help you get that job and improve in your current job, then please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch these videos, and I hope that you are gaining value from these videos. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.